Pittsburgh, and I'm joined by number 2 overall pick, Derrick Williams. How you doing today, Derrick?
All right, pretty good at this event.
Talk to me about your involvement with Under Armour so far.
I'm involved a lot, actually, with the designing of the shoes and, all the input we've all put in. Overall, it's a good experience so far, even with this lockout.
You segue to the next question. Even though you haven't even played a game yet in the NBA, how is NBA life so far?
So far it's good. Like I said, there's a lot of freedom, but with that freedom, it comes with a lot of working out and a lot of just staying on top of things. Basically, staying on top of your schedule, and I think that's really the main thing that everybody has to stay on track of is basically their own schedule and just working out as much as you can, and especially with the lockout. You never know when it'll start. Always got to stay ready.
What's the biggest adjustment for you personally so far from college to the pros?
I think the biggest adjustment is it's basically just pushing myself. Just pushing myself to be better, better than I was in college. And I think each and every year, you want to get better. You want to work on something new. And I feel like I'm doing that right now. Just trying to just keep getting better and better.
Obviously, you had 2 years left of eligibility at Arizona. You decided to come to the NBA. In lieu of what's going on with the lockout, do you regret making that decision?
No, I don't. I left Arizona, in good hands. We have, a couple good recruiting classes. I feel like, if I would have stayed, those recruiting classes wouldn't be there right now. So, I'm just always trying to put, Arizona in the best, place possible, and that place was for me to leave and, let the future recruits come in and do better than what I did. And I think that's really what it's about.
A lot of guys from the NBA are going overseas because of the lockout. Has that entered your mind at all?
Yeah, I haven't canceled anything out about overseas. I'm always keeping one window open for that, especially if they keep canceling, week by week by week. So, hopefully they stop doing that. We can just hopefully just keep playing. And, we're all looking forward to having our family and, our friends being at our first game and just so we can play. We're better, on the court than off the court, doing all this media and stuff like that. So, we all just want to play and do what we're best. We're all, better on the court. So hopefully we can do that soon.
Now, leading up to the draft, a lot of chitter chatter. Who should be the number 1 overall pick? Yourself, Kyrie Irving. You laughed already. You can be honest with us now. If you feel like you should have been a number 1 overall pick.
I think there's a lot of people that that didn't really know too much about West Coast and the basketball, and there's a lot of East Coast bias. I believe in that just because Arizona we were in the top 25 for basically half the year, and we still didn't get the publicity that we needed. So I feel like, for instance, if Arizona was in a different conference on the East Coast, I feel like I would have been a number 1 pick. But at the end of the day, God puts us in a position. He put me at number 2. You can't get much better than number 2. I'm happy, and I feel like I'm in a better spot actually in Minnesota with the team that they currently have, and just all the players that they have. With Beasley, West, all the young players. I think that we could be pretty good in a year or so.
Speaking of the Timberwolves, the biggest mystery, one of the biggest mysteries for next year is your teammate Ricky Rubio. Have you had a chance to either talk to him or play with him yet so far? Yeah,
after the draft, I went there for like 3 or 4 days and, worked out with the team before the lockout started. So, he's a great guy, great person.
My final question. Take me back to last year's Sweet 16 versus Duke. 38 points, 25 in the first half. Was that the game where you said, you know what, everybody knows my name now, I'm out, I'm leaving?
That was basically the stamp, even before that game, I didn't know, there was a lot of talk about me leaving or staying, and I was really leaning towards staying, until that game. And, I didn't know if I could play at that next level, so I actually played one of the best opponents, out there. Once I did that, I felt like that was a stamp on the whole season. And, especially for the Arizona fans that, in 2001 we lost the championship game to Duke, and that was a little payback, especially for our fans.
You made a wise decision. Best of luck next year, man.
Appreciate it.